Good afternoon. Didn't quite know what I was doing there for a moment. I must admit, it is a tough ask this afternoon. I am ready to be done. As I expected yesterday, my emotions have been a little boiled today. I've had a funny headache happening today, and I've just generally been feeling a little flat. And that's okay. We know what that's about, and it's wonderful that I had very little direct consulting, coaching work to do today. Although having gotten through 3 blog posts, holy moly, Batman, that was hard work. I managed to do that, and I think I'm doing quite well. Beck, oh, so lovely. Were your ears burning today? I was talking to the gorgeous Holly today, and your name came up in conversation. Hello, Linda. Lovely to see you again today as well. And just as I was talking there about Beck and Holly, who none of you know who they are, but Beck put me on to this woman called Holly. And Holly has been a lovely find. She then decided, after she started working with us for a while, to go on a trip around Australia. And to be honest, I expected she would come back and decide she didn't want to do rehab consulting anymore or consultant rehab counselling work anymore. But funnily enough, she just reached out to me this week, thanking me for my book. Yay. The book, I won't show you again, and just saying I'm really frustrated with the work that I'm doing, and I wish there was some way that I could be more prepared to do the work that Purple Co does. And I'm like, what makes you think you're not prepared now? And in essence, the relationship turned out was, well, I trust Beck, and Beck has never steered me wrong. So if Beck said that you're a good fit for Purple Co back then why wouldn't you be a good fit for Purple Co now? I've even had a chance to experience your work. So would you like to come on board and start doing some more work with us? So we now have a consultant on the mid-north coast. Woo, 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 woo. Yay us. Woo, woo. So welcome, Holly. That's a really great segue for me to be able to introduce the whole topic of what I was going to talk about today. Anyway, Kelsey Pope from not really Utah, but that's where Facebook tells me you've been. And thank you, Linda, my purple scarf. Thank you. And Jill Johnson-Young is joining us again this afternoon, this evening, night. Jill, does that mean that you're still dealing with your insomnia? What I wanted to share with you today is something really quite fundamental to us as clinicians in the solopreneur or the very small base. When we're not a big behemoth of an organization, even when we're working inside a big behemoth of an organization, it's really important for us to be building professional networks. Now, sometimes these are referral networks, sometimes these are networks with other people in our world that can help us help us build capacity, help us build capability. And one of the best ways, and we often worry, what have I got to offer? What have I got to offer this person? We can't compete with big pharma. So if you've decided you want to target medical centers or doctors or psychiatrists, please don't think you need to go and buy all the marketing collateral and try and compete with all the big pharmas, meaning the pharmaceutical companies, not farmers who grow our beef and corn. Just thought I'd clarify that in case there is some language discrepancies here. Jill Johnson-Young, you should be laughing at that. Anywho, I don't think we need to go and compete on who has got the prettiest pens and who has got the fanciest stationery and who's got the best looking business card. People will remember us by the way we make them feel. Yes. And one of the most powerful ways we can connect with other people is to connect them with people. So like I was explaining in the beginning of this video, Beck has connected me to Holly. Awesome. My team grows. I get to influence another rehabilitation consultant, and she gets to help people's lives change. Woohoo! Win, 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 win. But I was also thinking about this week, who else I've been connecting people to. Oh, Kelsey, you call them Big Pharma too? Excellent. Well, then maybe it was the Aussies I was worried about. I was thinking there's a gorgeous woman as a part of this community. Her name is Dr. Tash, and she is a women's health doctor. And she's very cool. She has amazing videos. A women's health doctor doing videos. It's very cool. And she runs a book club. Got nothing to do with her medical work, but everything to do with the fact that she's actually a well-rounded, awesome human being. And I'd noticed in her book club that she was advertising a book that one of my connections had written. And I said to Dr. Tash, would you like a personal introduction to the author? Now, this author happens to be Dr. Nicola Gates, who's a clinical neuropsychologist here in Sydney. And what I've noticed has now happened is I've connected these two women together, and their subject content is not exactly the same, but it's really well aligned. And Dr. Tash was able to invite Dr. Nicola to come to the book club. How cool is that? I'm also thinking today that a really good friend of mine has asked for some advice on refinancing business debt. So I have got this really cool finance broker. I don't have to know anything about debt consolidation apart from the fact that it's a word and it's a thing and it's a good thing to do. So I've now connected those two people together, and they've been thankful and honored that referral and honored that connection all the time. And I'm just wondering, for those of you who feel like you haven't got anything to offer other professionals in your world, if it's simply a matter of connecting two people together that is going to start creating for you this buzz, this sense of being the go-to person. Talk about this a lot in my 5 favorite people program, where you want to become a go-to person so that whenever somebody has a question about the problem that you solve, they automatically think of you. So today is all about who can you connect to each other. Now, this is not like blind dating. I don't want you forcing people onto each other and that sort of thing here. It's about genuine connections, because I'm always about genuine connections. Please don't hang around if you're not interested in genuine connections. If you just want to do the great business card swap, here you go. Just swap them and then I'll pop them in the bin, because seriously, well, except those business cards, I've got things to do with those ones. Ha, ha, ha. So who can you connect with whom? So if you want to become a speaker or a presenter at conferences, then who is it in your world that you can connect to conference organizers or speaking bureaus? Who is it that you can connect the other way around? If you want to be an author, how can you connect people together? If you want to drive more business leads into your practice, how can you be connecting other people to each other that will automatically generate this sense of, hey, I want to do something nice for Jill or Linda or Kelsey or Beck now. So connection. Don't underestimate how powerful it is, because with connection is a personal recommendation, and a personal recommendation is already breeding trust, and trust is the true currency of the business that we are in. You think it's cash, but it's actually trust. So there we go. That is our lesson for today. Looking forward to sharing with you tomorrow with Celebration of Friday. Until then, go be your awesome self.